What's up, everybody? A little something different for you today. Thought I'd share some of my favorite settlements in the game with you guys. I'm by no means one of the master builders who can come up with all these office buildings and castles and amazing stuff, but what I do have at my disposal are these nifty new cement pieces, walls and curved walls and so on and so forth. Also, they gave some new barn additions. I don't know which DLC this dropped with or if it was just an update, but anyway, got some of this new stuff to work with and was able to come up with some stuff that I thought was pretty cool and really well defensible. You can create essentially castles or bunkers, forts for all of your settlements, and I pretty much tend to do that. In fact, every merchant I see selling a shipment of concrete, I'm buying, even if it's all the rest of my caps. Yep. I was thinking with this train station here that these oil lamps just kind of go hand in hand. Thought that was pretty cool. This was as much for style as it was for the achievement. I got the, Benevolent Leader, I think it's called, where you get 100% happiness at a large settlement. Doesn't have to be big area-wise, it just has to be fully built, and so I was throwing all kinds of stuff in here. Potted plants and things. Now, let's see, the potted plants, where did I get that? Trying to remember. It came with the magazine. Lots of different stuff. The high-tech lighting and stuff like that. I know the water treatment plant, which is actually just across the lake from where I'm at now. That's where I found that one for the high-tech lighting. I think maybe Hardware Town? Or vice versa. I don't remember. Anyway. There's magazines everywhere that allow you to add new things to your upgrades and stuff, as well as DLC items, and it's made it really cool to work with. Anyway, just kind of showing it off. Like I said, I got the trophy with this one. The key to this was to have only, 2 or 3 settlers here? Someone to take care of the food, and then 2 people to man top-tier medical surgery centers. And that did it for me. So thinking that you have to have 18, 20 settlers actually makes it a lot harder on you. Getting their happiness up requires so much more things that require bonus happiness. And it will tell you also when you're looking at your different stores that you can set up, which are stores, dogs, and cats, and pets. I think you can even get a pet gorilla now with the large cages. Another thing that dropped with DLC. But having pets around, having a pet gorilla wandering around, actually provides defense too, which is kind of cool. But I don't have one of those. Don't have the thing to make the trap, and you have to have some perks in this beta wave emitter thing to tame a gorilla, and that requires a point in animal friends or whatever it's called, and some other stuff that I don't have. But I was able to capture a cat with a couple pieces of soft shell Mirelurk meat, and so I've got a house cat and a dog here and a couple surgery centers, and that did it. Anyway, I really like this one. I thought it was set up pretty cool. It's my hospital. Now this one is more utility than anything else. Notice I don't have a whole lot of lighting set up. If I were to come back and spend a little more time, I would throw some lights up around the outside walls and the little defense thing right there up front. But the main thing here was a place to stop in the upper center of the map where I could drop in and do anything. Any kind of crafting I need, blah, blah, blah. Got the link set up between my settlements, so I've got access to all my different materials that I've collected and dropped off, which I do. I'll just, basically, every time I run from one settlement to the next, it's a loot run to go collect toasters and desk fans and all that good stuff. We all know how it goes. But this place was just cool. It was kind of like slapped together. Had a little more of the, Fallout feel, I guess, to it. Although I did use some cement walls in there. Just kind of slap things together. And I kind of like that, too, is that somewhat random look. That post-nuclear wasteland look. I'm a big fan of that. But this one is one of my favorites simply because of its location. It's one of the first settlements that Preston has you go out and help. And once you get them on your side, it's a good place to stop off from anything you're doing north of Diamond City, pretty much. I thought this was kind of cool. I came up with this a long time ago. It's something of a, kind of a World War II setup, with the little bunker thing. Anyway. What do they call them? Placements, I think. Now, this is my pride and joy, though. This is the one I initially wanted to get the Benevolent Leader thing with or whatever, but I just went hog wild with this. I had a lot of fun. Spent a lot of time with details and stuff. This is Hangman's Alley, and I have to say, this may be my very favorite settlement to work with, just because it's so perfect. Everything fits in tight. There's it's a smaller space, so the more stuff you can put in there, the busier it looks. I was trying to make this my chem lab, you know, my neighborhood dope dealer or whatever that was going to live here, but when I put the station there, I couldn't use it. It would never let me actually use it, so I had to move it out here into the commons. This is, of course, my market downstairs. I've got kind of a 3-tier thing going here. A market, a hotel of sorts, I guess you could say, and a restaurant, right? Even have Dog Meat's house set up with his little fire barrel to warm him and his own little personal radio, right on. And this, I don't know, this is just a lot of fun. I've got to say that this is really addictive stuff. If I spend 100 hours in Fallout, 80 of it's spent doing this, just messing around here. I did put something of a triage center outside here. Like I said, I can always come back through. It seems like every time I wander through a settlement, I set up a new light somewhere, or a new wall, or a new door, or something. I'll see something that, you know, I could put something there, and of course then I will. Like, okay, this outhouse doesn't have a light in it. Well, that's not acceptable. So I need to fix that, right? And so it literally gives you something to do. I'm never not doing anything. I've got to give it to them as far as that goes. Of all the things that I would love for them to change, revamp, or just scrap altogether in Fallout 4, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the things that's it's pretty amazing. It's a lot of fun, and like Todd Howard said, it just works, you know. Sometimes it's frustrating trying to build something just right and the pieces won't go into place, but then half the game is figuring out how to get the pieces to go in place, you know. Sometimes hours can be spent obsessing over how to make something fit just right or whatever. Let's get some light on in here. Let's make this look like an actual surgery center. Bright, cold, unforgiving fluorescence. There we go. As well as the cement walls and some traps and cages and things like that. I think those fell with the, Wasteland something DLC. Anyway. But, you got new lights. Got all kinds of different stuff. There's even some things from Far Harbor. It's like lobster traps and buoys and fish barrels and things like that. Even have some of the super mutant stuff like the meat bags and all that good stuff, in case you're into that sort of thing. I guess if you're going to make a raider type settlement, which I may do in the future, make just a pure gritty Fallout raider type thing with super mutant raider stuff everywhere, spiked poles and tents and canopies and everything made to look forbidding rather than comfort. I have access to everything here, of course, and then, of course, all my stores there. That's what most of my settlers are occupied with. This is my crib, my little personal place here. Little dining area to look out over the commons, right? Double bed, king size, of course. And then I've got my restaurant upstairs. I thought this was pretty cool, because these high-tech lights provide something of a subtle lighting, you know? It has atmosphere, I thought. I really dig this. Anyway, have a bar and a drink stand up here. Don't have the 2 perks in Cap Collector that I need to create Tier 3 restaurants. But that's fine. I actually like these smaller stands anyway. They're easier to fit in. The bigger ones, the top tier ones, tend to have these flappy doors that stick out the side and make them awkward. Even if you can fit them in the place, they're always clipping with something. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go do the DLC, and we will be jumping on that. That's probably the next thing you'll see from me, even if it takes a day or two. So if there's a delay on the channel, if we don't get a video for a day or two, know that I'm busy doing important things in the Commonwealth, right? Things like this. Anyway, back to our regular programming, right? If you want to subscribe, click that button up top. That'd be awesome. If you want to catch the full Fallout 4 playthrough up to this point, including DLC, you can click that image in the middle. It should send you straight to the playlist. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.